And sometimes as adults, we either need to have like an adult temper tantrum in safety, where you just take a pillow and you can be angry, you can be mad, you can just scream, you can cuss, you can smash it against the bed, whatever it is in safety by yourself without other people around so you don't scare them as well. And then sometimes it's also just like sitting there in silence and realizing that what is coming is going. It's like when you squeeze an orange, what's inside of it, orange juice, because that's what's in it, right? When you sit there and you put pressure on yourself or you give yourself space, what's coming out is actually what's inside, and your body's natural intelligence is trying to let go of it. And so for me, that's what I found, is that there's some moments where I'm just like incredibly grateful. There's some moments where by doing nothing, Jay, I get so much anxiety and I'm like, what is this? Why? And instead of running from it, I get curious. And I think if we could just get more curious, like I've been reading a whole lot of Krishnamurti recently. I love Krishnamurti. And one thing he says is don't know yourself, because knowing is based in the past and past is based off of memories. Start learning yourself, which is in the present moment. So be present and be like, what comes up? How can I be curious about this anxious feeling or these tears or whatever it is? And just be in the space to just know yourself, or get to know yourself a little bit better.
Yeah, it's so great. I mean, talking about that goes to me back to what we were talking about at the start of it. You were saying how this idea of, well, what if the worst thing happens? What if the best thing happens? And we were talking about this idea of Jim Carrey, and you were saying that there's this experience of, well, I lost who Jim Carrey was. And what we've both talked about is we are so much of what our thoughts are. And therefore, if you change the thoughts completely, you're almost a completely different human.
Sure.
So then who are we?
Right.
Comes back to this know thyself versus learning of thyself. Like, what has that spiritual journey taken you on to understanding identity?
I mean, God, Jay, that's like as deep as it could go. That I'm just, I am just a soul that chose this life. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to think that I chose this life. And that immediately takes me from being a victim in my life. Oh, woe is me. My father was this way. He did this to me. My mom did this to me. And my teachers acted this way. Versus me going like, I think my soul chose this life because this is whatever is needed for this path that it's on, for, whether it's reincarnation or whether it's heaven or hell or whatever it is that comes after this. I don't know, but I do know, like right now, I do have this life as Rob Dial. And as I get older, the thing I realize is that my body changes. I'm not as fast as I used to be. I'm a lot more sore than I used to be. Like my body's changing, but my soul is this thing that is just always there.